Hello everybody, I'm back with my Scent of the Week, and this will be Scent of the Week number 12. And at the end I'll talk about this. Might be the last one for a while. So anyway, I wore 4 fragrances, and early in the week, if you watched my last one, you saw I may have been a little preoccupied. I was getting away on Monday. I had a death in the family, and so I was going back to Philadelphia, and that was playing a little bit in my head that day. It's still playing in my head a little bit, but anyway. So what I wore, I did wear something on Monday. The very first thing I wore was the One, and it's by Dolce Gabbana. It's the One EDT, and I just have a tester of that, so that's one way. Of saving on some money. When I got this tester, and I probably got $20, $30 off on that. This is a warm and spicy and amber. It's got vanilla and tobacco in it. I actually like it a lot. I do have a video on it, but it's one that I'm going to have another one similar to this, and I probably prefer this over that other one when I get to talking about it. So that's the One by Dolce Gabbana. And I do have the notes, but I have a video on it, and you can find the notes other places. So I wore that on Monday, and then Tuesday was the day of the viewing, and I wore nothing. I'm one of those people that doesn't like to wear fragrances. I made a choice that I don't want to wear a fragrance if I'm going to a viewing or a funeral. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying I personally want to take that day as a day off. Unless I knew the person was into fragrances and maybe had a fragrance they always wore, I might do that for them. So I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. On the other hand, since I wasn't wearing a fragrance, what was kind of interesting is that I smelled everybody else that was wearing one. And it's been a long time since I haven't worn a fragrance, just to not wear a fragrance. And I smelled Sauvage a lot. So people say how you smell, like they would say, oh, don't get Sauvage because you smell it everywhere. And I never smell it everywhere until the day I didn't wear the fragrance. And then I smelled it a lot. So I guess people are right. So anyway, on that, so on Tuesday I didn't wear a fragrance, and we got back home on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I went back to Forthescentofit, a guy named Michael. He's on Etsy. And I went back to the very first one I wore, which was Crème de Bergamot. And the reason I did that is because I have to order a couple more samples off him, and I want to order a bottle, and I remember really loving this. So I put this on Wednesday, and it was like it wasn't a warm day, it was a cooler day, but transitioning into warm. And I forgot all about this, and I didn't look at my video what I did. And this is really perfect for the summer and the spring and the summer, especially the summer, because what it smells like is a very expensive lotion. It's cream, it's a creme. So you get that really lotiony, creamy feel to it. And of course the bergamot. And then it has a mint and violet combination in this that really work together. I mean, mint and violet are similar in this, and they push this out a bit. And really good fragrance, and it really does smell like some kind of expensive lotion. Some people not like that, as a fragrance. I personally liked it in the summer, but I took it down a little notch in the winter because it did remind me of that lotiony thing. It still was an 8, and even Miss Fritz, it was an 8. But I remember when I wore it in the summer, she really gave it a 9, and so did I. So that's that. And then the next day, Thursday, I went to one of my original 5. This is from 2010, before I started getting into fragrances. I only had 5 of them, and I have a video on that. And this was one of them. This is sitting in my, matter of fact, the original 5 sit in my medicine cabinets, either upstairs or downstairs. So this was in my medicine cabinet upstairs, and out of the shower, I'd looked at it, and I said, you know what, today I'm going to put this on. And it's a citrus. I wanted something citrus. That's why I put it on. But it's more than a citrus. When I bought it, I thought it was just a citrus. I didn't know notes or accords. But I could read the name Citron, and it does have a citrus smell. It does have citrus. But like if you go into Sephora, sometimes they'll describe stuff and they'll give like 3 accords. And on some of them, they'll put citrus, floral, woodsy. That's what this is. This is Citrus Floral Woodsy. And it even has Woodsy as a note. And then it does have some florals like water lily, but then it has oud. This is really a really good one from from Bath&Body Works. I wish they would bring it back as part of the signature collection. I wish they'd bring it back for the lotion, the body lotion and a wash. But I think they would make money bringing this back. I think it's one of the better ones they've ever made, personally. So that's what I wore, and I'm glad I haven't. I have that much juice left. So I have a lot of juice left on it. And it is more expensive now that, it's 2022. And then last but not least, like the one I said I wore that is similar to the one, is I wore One It by Night by Azzaro. And these are both warm and spicy. These are both amber. They share similar notes. And this one doesn't list amber, or this one doesn't list amber. One of them doesn't list amber. One of them lists the notes that make amber, like amber's an accord. Sometimes they'll list it as a note, but there's actual notes that make amber. It's like vanilla, benzoin, patchouli, lavender. And so one of them lists those notes, and the other one just says amber. And then you know that you're getting those notes. The one thing about this One It by Night, why I prefer the one over it, I do like this. Trust me, I do like this, and I think you'll get lots of compliments if you wear this. Obviously, look at all the reviews, but you'll get compliments if you wear this. This is more toned down. This is more sweet, and it's much more spicy with the cinnamon. It has a lot of cinnamon in it, a strong cinnamon. And I don't like to use the word synthetic because I know all fragrances have synthetic notes. But I think the cinnamon in this is definitely synthetic, and you could tell that it's so strong that it has to be synthetic. So, sometimes you think it just has more oil, but this is just in-your-face cinnamon. And that dies down, and that's not the part I don't like. Actually, the sweetness in this is why I prefer this more. This has also more sweetness in it. So, but I like them both. I can wear them both, and I'm glad I have them both. So they're the ones I wore, and then I wore a couple of them the next day. Today I wore the one again. And anyway, I just want to let you know that this is my 12th scent of the week, and I was planning on doing them. But as some of you who follow me know, Miss Fritz has been pretty sick, and she's going to have surgery next week. So it'll be after next Sunday. It'll be in Wednesday the 9th. And with that, I don't want to make a scent of the week number 13. I don't want to do that. So I figure I'll stop now and then resume when I come back. And, I don't know what I'm going to wear next week, but I don't need to document it for the fragrance community. I will let everybody know what's happening with Fritz. A lot of people follow me on Facebook as Pop Fritz, because that's how they see me in different groups. And feel free to do that. I'll probably put updates on there. I will update the people on Instagram, and I will update a few groups. I'll probably update 14 spray minimum, and of course I'll update Fragrance Junkie and Fragrance Addict, because I know a lot of people in those groups are concerned about Mrs. Fritz and have prayed for Mrs. Fritz. And that's one of the reasons I continue to do these videos, to stay in touch. We have a lot of faith. We have a lot of people praying for her. But it is going to be, it's a serious surgery she has to have, and a longer recovery she's going to have. So I don't know when I'll be back, and that's another thing, fragrances, I didn't wear them for a long time. And I just want to say this. Wearing fragrances is a luxury. It's a luxury thing, You don't have to wear fragrances, and when you can wear fragrances, it's it's a luxury. Whether you're buying something for $20, it's still a luxury. You don't have to wear it, But sometimes your life's more important than this, and obviously it's much more important. Your life is much more important than this. What's going on, and so I don't know how much fragrance I'll be wearing or even thinking about while Miss Fritz is recovering from this. I think up until she has surgery, I'll probably wear some of her favorites. And so with that, I just ask that you pray for peace, that you help me be kind. And also, if you can, please pray for Miss Fritz. And please pray for my family we lost a family member, my brother-in-law, Jim, I'll say. And with that, I hope to see you again, and I'll probably see you sometime in December. And we'll just pick up at 14, and we'll just skip 13. So thank you all for following along, and have a nice day. Bye.